In my previous few anime figure haul videos, I have been focusing on lower budget anime figures coming out from Chinese brands, those that cost anywhere between 6 to 10 or 12,000 yen, because those were incredible values. If I buy 4 figures a month, then there will be one expensive scale figure and the other 3 are like the lower budget ones. Yeah. So, apparently, there is an American that has something to say about my taste in anime figures.
All right, let's update you on the tariffs. Chinese President Xi Jinping. Let me just break it to you. Those folks have no money at all. Okay, they cannot help you. They're not going to buy your stuff. Because we have the money. We buy the stuff. The Malays aren't going to buy your stuff. They don't have any money.
Well, to be fair to him, he is not wrong. I'm feeling kind of poor right now as a Malaysian after today's anime figure haul. But at the same time, the thumbnail I have specifically made for today's video is in reference to a very specific epidemic that is unique to the US but does not exist in my country, which is homelessness. So who is the one that does not have money right now? No, I'm not even offended. I'm just taking the opportunity over here to have fun. The reason why I am referring to this video clip over here from this guy is because, yeah, more than a quarter of my audience on this channel are Americans, so I want you guys to know that some dude in your country said that we Malaysians have no money. We will see about that. So, my response to that statement over there, I'm going all out this time around. This is something I have never done before. No, this is not just the amount of stuff I have this time around. 1 figure, 2 figures, guess what we have? 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures. Oh, where do I even put this? Even my desk is not big enough. And lastly, 6 figures. And do you know what's the best part? All of these are 1/4 scales. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven, today with a massive anime figure haul as you can see, and yes, I shall repeat that again. All of these are 1/4 scales. I've never done anything quite like this before, and now, unlike some of my previous videos, this is not sponsored. I purchased all of this with my own money. So, in order to get these figures as cheaply as possible, what I've done over here is to grab all of these figures from China's Taobao instead of from Japan. I mean, imagine shipping something like this from Japan to Malaysia using air freight. That would be insane. This would cost like maybe 10,000 yen to ship. No joke, right? So what I've done over here is to grab all of these over from China and sea freight them over. So it took around 3 weeks to arrive at my place, which is pretty fast for sea freight, but there were both good news and bad news. The bad news is the customs department ripped open 3 of my parcels. I shipped them in 2 separate batches. These 3 were the first batch, which were fine, as you can see over here. The second batch, which has this blue color tape. That blue color tape came from the customs department. I was a bit unhappy with what happened to these 3 parcels. They damaged the carton boxes of this bigger box over here. I was quite unhappy when I saw that because, I want to reuse these boxes again. In case in future I sell the figures I'm reviewing over here or unboxing over here, then I want to reuse the boxes and they went ahead and damaged it. So I'll have to repair the box later on, I guess. Yeah, I don't throw these boxes away for this reason. And you know what? These figures are kind of edgy, kind of revealing, but it passed the customs. So for the Malaysians watching this, yep, these figures that I am about to unbox right now, they can be imported into this country with no issues, even though they are kind of customable. I think 2 of them are customable. The good news is that shipping is incredibly affordable for sea freight. Like 3 of these blue color tapes over here, these 3 boxes cost me the equivalent of around 4,000 Japanese yen to ship for all 3. So like 1,000 yen plus for each. And the other bigger 3, they were like 6,000 yen in total for 3 boxes. And the best part, no tariffs. No, not a single cent of tax. So this is the weird part about taxes in my country of Malaysia. Specifically, if you use sea freight and each item exceeds 120 US dollars or 500 Malaysian ringgit roughly, you won't be taxed. No 10% SST. But if it is below 120 US dollars, you get taxed instead, 10%. But only on the item value, not including the shipping charges, right? To be honest, I don't care that much about the 10%. It is only 10%, not 145%, if you know what I mean. There are some proxy services out there, Superbuy included, which is a partner of this channel. They have tax-free sea freight services that you can explore. You should check out their services if you want to use a proxy service to ship your parcels to a country. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin with these first. This with the damaged boxes over here. Bilibili boxes, right? I get so many of them, even though the seller is not really Bilibili, but some other third-party seller. Alright, so I'm quite late with this figure. I believe that many of you watching this video, you might already own this figure by now. Because seriously, there's so much stuff to buy that I couldn't catch up. Some figures I want to review them early, but I couldn't do it because of my schedule. So this is Sayuri Bunny version from Bear Panda 1x4 scale. She goes for around 9,000 yen equivalent in Chinese currency. Okay, 326 Chinese yuan before shipping. Yeah, that is a bit lower than 9,000 yen, but this is still a really affordable 1x4 scale figure. We'll open her up soon. Okay, so this is a quick look on what the box looks like. Very popular figure. I've seen so many people post pictures of this figure on Facebook, Instagram, and so on. The next one right here, another Bilibili box that has been unsealed by the customs officers. Yeah, this one is a bit not safe for work. But guess what? I could import it. No problems. Right? Let's just... Yup, this one should be a new figure brand that I've never purchased before. Oh no, the box is dented. This is exactly what I feared. Wow. Wow. You know, sometimes I really question anime logic, like how does her outfit even work? How is it holding up her opai over there, which is looking really heavy? This is from a Chinese brand called Figmon. If you've never heard of Figmon, it is a branch of Shomon and also Doki Boki. Yes, Doki Boki, they make premium scale figures. Figmon, so far, I think they have only came up with lower budget scale figures in general. Can be any scale. This is possibly their first 1x4 scale, so I'm really interested to see what it is like. Look at the box damage over here, caved in a bit. Right, we'll unbox her in a while. The next one here, let's go for the small one right here. This is a figure that bargain binned really badly. Oh, before I forget, this Figmon figure over here, the price in China would be 319 Chinese yuan, yep, roughly the same as that Bear Panda figure earlier. Things are about to get more expensive as I unbox each one of them. Corner braces, I wish that every shop would do, right? The Japanese brands, they don't really do this because it costs money and it is plastic waste in a way, but I don't see this as plastic waste because I can always reuse them when I ship stuff to other people. This is actually a Japanese figure, Japanese brand this time around. This is a really small box for a 1x4 scale. I don't think anyone saw this coming, right? I've never exactly been a big fan of Senran Kagura. So, this would be from Senran Kagura. What is her name again? Oh god, everything here is in Chinese. This is from Wing Company, 1x4, Wing Company and Hobby Stock. Already sold out. Mine was the last unit. Hikage, that's her name. Dark, sexy, nurse version, 1x4 scale. So if I remembered correctly, this was anywhere between 25 to 30,000 Japanese yen when she went on pre-order. If I remembered correctly, yes. How much did I pay for this one? You would be surprised. After a small discount, 572 Chinese yuan with the conversions on screen. When I see the price, I was like, why not? Just buy one, and if I don't need, I'll sell it later. So this is an opportunity for me to review more 1x4 scale figures, and this thing is custom about the top. But guess what? It made it past the customs. Right. Next one. What do we have over here? Let's go for this one. Okay, this box is unlabeled. I think I know which figure this is. Must be an Azalane figure. Alright. Freeing 1x4 scale. If you have observed Army nowadays, right? Their sales section, there are a lot of bargain bins freeing 1x4 scale figures, and this is one of those actually. This is really tightly packed. Oh god, this is heavy. My studio now looks like a complete dump site. Okay. Wow, okay. This is very good packaging from the seller. They put corner braces inside to protect the figure's box inside instead of outside. Okay. Freeing's 1x4 scale black prints from Azalane. Black prints. She doesn't look black to me. Anyways, so with this black prints figure over here, Freeing 1x4 scale, she was like over 30,000 yen. Was she like 35,000 yen? I don't remember anymore when she went on pre-order back then. And Freeing's 1x4 scale Azalane figures are the kind of thing that you should never pre-order early. Even their new jersey, That thing was like 60,000 yen, I believe, right? The bunny version. And guess what? Today in Ami you can find the New Jersey figure for like 30,000 yen, half price. And on top of that, you get 20 times Ami points, which is the equivalent of maybe 3,000 yen or something like that. 4,000 yen, I don't know, but see, freeing stuff, don't pre-order early. So how much did I pay for this figure? Not including shipping, of course. This is 862 Chinese yuan. Yeah, almost, is it more than half price off? But go and check out this figure in Ami's sale section. I believe she is there and she is also binning really badly. So it is not just me getting this figure really cheaply. Let's go for this big box over here. Right, so yeah, oversized box, of course. What the heck? Oh my god. I don't want asbestos flying around my studio, man. Yeah, I knew it. The box isn't that big. Okay, this is a messy one. You know what? I have been a big critic of this figure when she came out back then because of a very important flaw to me on her face. But in the end, I bought one anyway because of the bargain bin. Maybe because I've criticized this figure so badly that it ended up making her value bin, because this is going really cheap in China right now. I think there are a few other YouTubers already who have reviewed this figure way ahead before I did. Wait, is the box upside down? No. Oh my god. This is the first time I'm seeing something like this happen. What? They packed the figure upside down. What? Supposed to be this way up. So that explains why the figure is cheap. They packed it upside down. Not that I care. So this Taihou over here from Mimeyoi, also a Japanese brand. This figure is bargain binning really badly in China. You can get her for around 1,000 Chinese yuan or less nowadays. I got mine for 930 Chinese yuan before shipping. So this is what the box looks like. What the heck, man? Right. And the last one. Do you know why I saved this figure for the last? Because it is my favorite among the 6. You'll find out soon. So this is coming from a store in Taobao called Suruya. They are one of very few Chinese stores in Taobao that sell 18 plus stuff. The ones that are being forbidden by the Chinese government. I don't know if I'll get them in trouble for saying this on YouTube, but you know, this specific figure in this box over here, there are 2 versions of it, a safe for work version and a not safe for work version. I purchased the not safe for work version, obviously. Hopefully they sent me the correct one. Small box. Alright. Oh, this is really good packaging, man. Ooh. Wow. This is the way you should be packing a figure, especially for a big store like Suruya or Ami or anyone else. They immobilized the box. I think they used hot glue over here. It is a common method by some Chinese figure brands. They hot glued the back of the figure box to another cardboard beneath it. Damn it, I'll just open it from behind. Sometimes going in from behind is a better thing, if you know what I mean. Yep, hot glue. I knew it. It is a pain in the ass to deal with this, but this almost guarantees to prevent the figure box from getting damaged. This method of packaging. So we are looking at Partylook's 1x4 scale cat ear Sutora. They call it Sutra over here. And as I mentioned earlier, there are two versions of this figure, right? And it might not be a bad idea to buy two units of this figure. Like, if you like her enough, you buy one that cannot be casted off, and you buy one that can be cast off, and then you display both of them side by side, one with clothes on and one without the clothes on. I've actually thought of doing that because this is quite a cheap figure for a 1x4 scale. I believe the Japanese price for this is 30,000 yen, around 30,000 yen for the Partylook version, and then the other wear version, the safe forward version, is almost 10,000 yen cheaper. So the amount I paid for this cat ear Sutora at Suruya is almost 1,300 Chinese yuan, which is still a bit cheaper than the 30,000 yen asking price in Japan, but this is over 20k in Japanese yen. So my most expensive one among the six over here happens to be the smallest one. And if you give this figure a quick Google, you know what this figure is. Yeah, but we will unbox it right now. I might have to cut off some video footage, right? Because I can't show you casted off pictures on YouTube. Hey, yes, this is the 18 plus version. This way up. Alright, the figure is dressed up. It is dressed up in the box, but yeah, there is a plastic film separating the black outfit from the rest of the skin, and this is where my concern is, you know. It's like, once I remove the plastic film and then I display the figure with the clothes on, will there be paint transfer that takes place after some time? That's my main concern over here, and that is the reason why I'm interested in buying a second copy of the same figure. I'll buy the otherware cheaper version and display that one, and then this one I'll remove her clothes and, you know, not have her outfit come in contact with the skin so that paint transfer does not happen. I'm thinking of doing that. Okay, this must be green tea, right? Yep. You can display this figure making green tea, if you know what I mean. Okay, we will assemble the figure later on. Let's put this one aside. The next one right here. We have cast off instructions. Yep. As you can see on camera right now, this is how you cast off this figure. This figure does not require any assembly from the looks of it. Let's go for Bear Panda. I hate this box damage. Thanks to the customs, or no thanks to the customs. Must be a sideway box, right? Or is it up? Yup, sideway box, as is the case with all Bear Panda figures. Oh, acrylic standee, nice. Up next, Figmon. Okay, with Figmon, I guess that it is just figure and base, no extra faceplate, no bonus stuff or anything like that. But the paint work looks really good. I guess that I can't complain too much over here. Moving up to the next figure, let's go for Taihou. I've never seen anything like this before. But I guess one single packaging mistake will lower the value of the box, of the figure I mean, which is kind of funny if anything. You know what? This is so breathtaking. This is beautiful. It is just a shame that her mouth could have been better. I'll elaborate it in a second. But this is such a breathtaking figure. And lastly, Black Prince. No, not the one from Nigeria, which is known for giving you scam calls. No, not that Black Prince. Okay, this freeing. This could be my first freeing 1x4 scale figure in many years. I've always found freeing stuff to be grossly overpriced. Now, if it is a bargain bin, that would be a different story. Wow. Huge instruction sheet. What's going on over here? Okay, this is scaring me a bit. There are stickers. Is it to prevent scratches or what? See, I can't read Japanese over here. I'll keep this on my desk just in case I need the instructions. Another layer behind. Alright, so I'm going to switch up the camera angles right now so that we can continue assembling these figures right here. To continue where we left off earlier, I have taken the initiative to remove a bunch of plastic from every single figure so that I don't spend like 10 minutes peeling plastic. Not to mention, I have cast offable figures over here, which I can't show the Hadaka body to everyone, not on YouTube at least. So this base over here from Freeing, this Black Prince. For a plain black disc, this looks kind of nice. It is a bit translucent, but you know what? This feels like it is so easy to accidentally scratch. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about this, especially when these chairs, I've gone through the instruction sheet earlier and you literally just place them on the surface. No protection whatsoever. Well, there is some stickers provided, ridiculously enough. Let me show you this instruction sheet just to make it simple. Yes, so apparently I'm supposed to apply some stickers on the bottom of these stools over here, then place it on the base so that the figure does not fall off. This is absurd, this is ridiculous. Like, why don't you just put some holes, drill some holes in the base and let me push the chest in. Why do I have to use stickers to keep the figure in place? This has to be one of the dumbest things ever. And as for these plastic stools over here, you know what, at least they look kind of decent. Like, it is matte plastic, not glossy, so that they don't really look very cheap. But at the same time, I mean, what is this, man? I'm starting to understand why this figure bargain bins so much. Right, and moving on to the main figure over here. So the way this figure sits on this base, yes, like, what is this? So this hand over here, at least it is movable, but it is barely helping with the stability of this figure. Like, and all I needed to do is to look. I have no words to describe this nonsense from Freeing. No wonder this figure bargain bin. Wait until you see me give her a final review in my upcoming videos later on. Then yeah, I'm going to trash this figure so bad. Alright, so those two plastic packs on top, we're supposed to replace it with these bunny ears over here. At least the ears are kind of loose, you know. So in case the figure falls over, then I suppose that the ears will just detach and it won't break off. So sometimes a loose part like this is probably not a bad thing. This is a bit loose. And one shoe over here, which is matte finish. Okay, let's put her aside and see whether the figure falls off on its own. Oh yeah, these stickers over here. Focus. Alright. So this is supposed to be a piece of card. I have no idea why Freeing did this. This makes no sense whatsoever. Why not print this directly on this surface? Maybe because it might scratch off when I insert it into our fingers. I don't know. But this makes the figure feel cheap. Freeing, what the heck? And how much is this figure again before any discount? 36, 40,000 yen. It does not feel like this figure is worth that much. Right, let's put her aside. Right, I think you can see the melons even from this distance over here. Now, this is what the base is like. I removed the plastic in advance and it looks kind of shiny, like some kind of hologramish finish paintwork. I'm not sure how to describe it. It looks kind of nice, but I'm not sure if I like the color. Well, I suppose I'm complaining too much. This is matte finish. It doesn't feel that cheap. Quite stiff as well. So, good base over here. And yes, metal foot pegs, of course. Chinese brands have no problems giving us this kind of foot pegs. Alright, so here's a figure. This is a tall figure. So, just figure and base, no extra parts, no extra face plates and so on. A bit unfortunate, but at this price point of 9,000 yen or so, I won't complain so much. Oh, this is tight. Alright, nice fit. So what do you think? For 9,000 yen, a figure like this, and this is my first figure by Figmon. Now, if there is one complaint I have with this bunny figure, it feels like her head is kind of small, maybe partly because her oppa is so big, and it is making the head feel small in a way. I'm not sure. And yeah, it is just an illusion, I suppose. No, I am normally not a fan of really big melons, but this figure is so affordable, and moreover, I'm curious about low budget figures. Moreover, from a new brand that I've never laid my hands on, so we'll see. She has a nice face though. Right, moving up next. Bear Panda. Okay, so this figure appears to be permanently attached to the base. Maybe you can force it off the base, but I wouldn't try that. Matte white base. The base is okay, I guess, not my favorite. And this is one heck of a tall 1x4 scale compared to this, right? Compare them. This is so tall. Is this really 1x4 scale, or is she just really tall? I have no idea. And one more thing I noticed over here, which is kind of interesting. This is probably the first time I've seen a twin tail having metal pack reinforcements, but I suppose that it makes sense given how big and bulky this thing is. Alright, so is this for the, I think this is for the left twin tail, right? Yep. Nice fit. It is not too tight, it is not too loose. Very nice fit. And there are a pair of balls over here. Alright, and what? Yep, bunny ears. Simple. And parts all are fitting very nicely. This is an absurdly tall 1x4 scale. And you know what? Now, based on early impressions, I'm looking at this figure right now. This is probably Bear Panda's best 1x4 scale yet. So it feels like they are constantly improving. Their first Konata figure, I had a few criticisms, and then with Yuna, it got better. This is even better from the looks of it. And this is not even their latest 1x4 scale. There is a new one that just came out a month ago. I haven't purchased it yet. A Nun figure, yes. So before I move on to the next figure, this is something we get with Bear Panda stuff nowadays. Yep, this extra face plate where you get this 3D eye effect. Your waifu stares back into your soul no matter what angle you look at her from. I'm not exactly a big fan of it, but this is something that a few people I know really like. So it is nice to have, I suppose. So this thing goes back into the box. I don't have space on my desk. I'll push her aside. Up next, let's go for this Hikage from Senran Kagura. Oh, I haven't removed all of the plastic here. Anyways, this thing is cast-offable. And the head goes off, very simple. If this happens, oh my god, shit. If that happens again, I'm going to sell this figure. At least now we get to see that, yeah, the loose bunny ears saved the figure. Nothing broke because of how loose the ears are. Yeah, I'm going to shove this over here so that stabilizes the figure a bit. Right, getting back to this Hikage figure, first thing off, this is an incredible face sculpt. This is beautiful. I like this a lot. And if anything, I bought this figure simply because it is cheap. I wasn't expecting much. And this figure is surprising me quite a bit by being how nice it is. Right, so yep, cast-offable. Put this back and the head goes on. So let's zoom in a little. This is probably the dark horse of today's figure haul. I wasn't expecting anything too good or excellent. This figure bargain bins, right? There has to be a reason, but so far I haven't been able to figure out the reason why. I think this does not look bad at all. There should be a syringe for her left hand right there. The camera is refusing to focus because of how small the thing is. Is it in focus? I can't really tell over here. Okay, so this looks quite nice, and we'll see whether it is too loose or too tight. Okay, the fitting is really good. I was expecting it to be really loose, not the case. So this is quite a nice 1x4 scale at a very low price. Now I'll move on to the next one right here. Let's go for Taihou from Azalane. I'm too lazy to lift up the entire plastic. So firstly, the base over here. You see, just by removing the plastic film, I have added so many fingerprints on this base. This base feels really premium. It feels expensive, right? This must be acrylic, I think. So this base over here, it looks nice when it is brand new, like you're taking it out from the box for the very first time, and then after a few minutes, the whole thing is full of fingerprints or other kinds of stains. Yeah. Oh boy. So let's, even though there are metal foot pegs over here, this plastic surrounding her leg, it feels kind of flimsy. I'm a bit concerned, to be honest. There's this one last metal peg over here at the back. I'm unable to push it all the way in, but I won't force it for now. Do you know what is so frustrating about this figure over here? It has so much potential to look even better than she already is, right? I have seen quite a number of other reviews beforehand because this figure came out quite years ago, I think. And the outfit, her jacket, her stockings, everything, they look amazing. Only for Mimeyoi to screw up one of the most important parts of this figure, which is the mouth region. It looks like she has buck teeth or an overjet, as we call it in dentistry, right? Like this, yeah, rabbit teeth in short, right? It looks that way to me, and ever since I saw user pictures online, I was unable to get over it. It is like, it really ruined this figure to me, but I bought one today simply because I can get her for a really low price. I want to see the figure for myself instead of just looking at other user pictures, and in my opinion, yes, I think from certain angles, especially if you look at her from bottom up, from low angle, it feels that way to me. But if I look at her from above or from the side, then it is a bit less obvious. And I am already spotting some quality control related issues, paint issues, which I will go into detail in my future detailed review of this figure. This is not a perfect figure at all. I'm glad that I did not pay too much for this one. Yes. And moving on to the last figure for today, I'll just push her to the side for now. She will be out of focus with this front camera over here that is normal. Alright, Cat Ear Sotora, my favorite. Okay, if that falls over again, this would be my fault. Right. Where do I start? The base, of course. Alright, so with the base over here, we get a mirror because we get to see her secret garden directly from above. You don't have to bend down, so they give you. And this has to be some of the longest foot pegs I've ever seen in any anime figure. I'm not sure if it was necessary for a squatting pose figure, which is not very heavy. Yeah, but yeah, another one of those base that can become full of fingerprints after a while. The next part here, the main figure, I have gone ahead to remove the plastic film that was being stuffed in between her bunny suit, cat suit, and the main body, which is completely Hadaka. Yeah, the kind of figure that would make SJWs really mad. This figure over here. Now, let me insert it into the base first. Which way is it? This way? Yep. Alright, it is fitting in nicely, but I won't push the figure all the way down. Lovely. This is a very lovely face. Oh, I'm glad I bought this figure. This is what the default faceplate looks like, and this is so beautifully sculpted. I'm very happy with this figure. I'm so glad I purchased it. And yes, this is my very first figure made by Partylook. Yep. And in case you're wondering how do you cast off this figure, it is very simple. So on the back of the figure right here, as you can see right here, right, this is a very clever way of a cast-off mechanism that they designed for this 1x4 scale figure. And what about the ugly pegs, right? There are actually ribbons for you to place on the figure. My hand is kind of sweaty right now and I don't want to ruin the figure because I'm not wearing any gloves at the moment. For these 3 ugly pegs over here, you lock them with these ribbons, which is very clever. It is a very clever design. Simple. And next one here, a tail, and we all know where it goes into. Fortunately, there is a mirror in front of me that guides me how to insert it. I think, is it this way or this way? This way, I think. Oh, that is tight fitting. Of course, it has to be. It is a lolly. Okay. The second faceplate right here. This is also a really good one, right? So if you ask me which one is better, I would say it is quite difficult to choose. I think both faceplates are amazing. Both look really good. This one where she's licking her lips, I like this a lot as well. And what else do we have? Yeah, a pet dish, I guess. And one last part which I'm not taking out from the box. Yeah, the green tea effect part, if you know what I mean, where you can remove the tail and then you replace it with that part. That is for displaying the figure without any clothes on, obviously. Now that I've unboxed all 6 figures, guess what? This is hands down my favorite figure of all. I'm very pleased with what Partylook did over here, and in fact, I'm thinking of buying a second figure of this cat ear Sutora if I have the spare cash, obviously. So yeah, display one with clothes on and one without. My only long-term concern is that whether this black color outfit will inflict any paint transfer onto the main body underneath it. That is my main concern over here. Right, so let's reposition all these figures with my loot today. Alright, so this is my May 2025 load. What a crowded week. And you know what? The biggest disappointment has to be that freaking figure. I'm not surprised anymore why she bargain binned, but I will save my rant for a future detailed review. So as usual with my tradition on this channel, I will review every individual figure one by one in future uploads where I go into extra detail, very close-up video footage, macro footage. You get to see the figures, paintwork, where are the flaws, if any, and so on. And my favorite this week, yep, that Sutora in the center right there. I suppose that I made this video a few months ago where I complained about being impossible to import that figure from China because of what is happening over there. They're clamping down right on 18 plus stuff. Surprisingly, there are a few figure stores that carry the figure, so you need to look around. If you want the 18 plus version of this figure and you do not want to get it from Japan for any reason, the reason why I got it from China is that it is easier to get it through customs. China stuff are easier to get through. And look for the Partylook version. Don't buy the otherware version. You can see the price difference. The otherware version, where the outfit is permanently glued to the figure, you can't cast off. That one is way cheaper, like 1100 Chinese yuan. Meanwhile, this is closer to 1600. Yeah. And if anything, I feel like buying a second one. I display one with the clothes on, one without. Or maybe I display just one figure and the other one I keep her in MISB condition. That is what people do to their favorite figures in a way. This Taihou, I guess she was about what I expected, not perfect. And Mimeyoi, they are actually not known to be consistent in QC, so I'm not too surprised. This is not their only figure that have bargain binned. Many of the other Azalen figures, same thing happened. Bear Panda keeps getting better, and this Hikage is like the dark horse of the week of the haul. I did not expect her to look so good. So until then, please do stay tuned on my upcoming reviews on each of these figures. And if you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a like. Subscribe to this channel for more anime figure content every week. And until then, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and goodbye.